And booyah! We're live. We're live in two different places at one time. Actually,
from the same computer.
From the same computer. Let me get on. Why isn't YouTube live? Play.
Give it a sec.
Jonas,
I reload. Ha 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 ha. It's live now. Welcome to welcome. What is this?
Welcome.
I don't say welcome. This is a Nintendo voice.
Sup, y'all?
Sup, y'all? Welcome to Original Gamers Podcast. I am your host, Patrick Ryan, otherwise known as Huge Cow Petty, or HCP for short. And I am joined today, as always, by my co-host, Joel Watt.
Hello, friends.
And Mr. Nolan Brown.
Hey, everybody.
And we are experimenting with something. If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see that like you would as always. We're using Hangouts on Live, but we are also using OBS to stream to Twitch. And hopefully that looks okay. Actually, let me hit the play button on Twitch. It looks fine to me. So if you guys are watching on Twitch and it looks weird or anything, let us know in the chat. We'll be monitoring both the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat. So I see we have a friend, Dynamo Ned, in
that's
Twitch
our friend
chat.
Nathan.
Is our friend Nathan? I know a lot of Nathans. So which Nathan is it?
Davis.
Davis. There you go. Yeah. So this is Original Gamers Podcast. The show where we pick a new old game every single week and we talk about it. And that old game today is Super Mario Galaxy.
This is a classic. Thank you very much.
This is a classic. Is this newer than Portal? Is this now the newest game that we've done on the show?
Yes.
I think so, by a couple of weeks.
So this is now the newest old game we've ever done.
It actually just had its 10th anniversary here in the United States. So
yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, it probably came out in Japan a little bit earlier because
only about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Right. Before we dive too much into Super Mario Galaxy, I like to ask my crew how they're doing because I care about them. I want to know what's going on in their lives. I want to know that they're doing okay, that they're enjoying life. So with that, Nolan, how's life treating you?
Well, I'm playing Pokemon.
The Ultra versions?
Ultra. Well, this is Sun right now.
Okay.
Which it finally showed up yesterday because Amazon was being stupid, and I was very upset about it.
I know this feels.
And I had to very last minute at church this morning do projection, do the slides for everything. And me knowing that it takes me all of 5 minutes to get everything done, but I still have to be there at 7:00. Finish everything, and then brought this with me. And while I'm just sitting there waiting for the band to show up and for them to sound check, I was playing Pokemon. So that was fun. Let's see.
Do a lot worse.
Yeah.
Sounds like a very efficient use of time.
It really was. I'm proud of myself. I'm
proud of you.
Thank you. Wednesday, I finished Cuphead. For anyone who didn't notice that.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm very happy with this because it was basically did all of Island 2 and 3, and then beat King Dice and the Devil. So it was very.
Now, just to clarify, this was not like a completionist run. This is just story.
Oh, not even.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was story for CrossWords Gaming. So
yeah, because
I'm not going back in and doing experts and doing all.
The completionist just uploaded his video on Friday for Cuphead.
I saw that, and I was happy that he didn't get. I haven't watched it yet.
Did a co-op, and they did expert also, which is nuts.
It is like the first boss. I died a couple times fighting the freaking the vegetable pack, whatever their name was. I don't even remember.
Oh, not the goo?
The root. No, the goo was like, I don't know why I had so much trouble fighting that. Like in the videos I did, I don't know why I had difficulties with him.
That's something that Strippin made fun of Gerard for also.
Okay, yeah.
By King Goo or whatever his name was. And
yeah. I don't know why but yeah. That and Well, that was really funny on Wednesday because like I went back, I already beat the clown, but Jimmy was like, "Go fight the clown." So I'm like, "Okay, I have 30 seconds. Why not?" So I go, and it literally takes me like 48 seconds, I think is what it was,
Oh,
to
dang.
beat him. As I just like watch as I just melt the clown, and it was very satisfying. Just like destroy
Very
that. Because I think he like got up to do something real quick, and I was done already. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I beat him." I think. I feel like some I don't know, but yeah, it was like it took no time whatsoever, and then it was just honestly the thing that took the longest was the dragon. Like I think I beat the robot like on the third try, so that was really cool. I was happy that I didn't sit there for the entire time. But let's see what else. What else is going on? Hmm, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I mean, I just bought plane tickets because I'm gonna go see my friends in December, but that's like in December. So
Where are you going?
Baltimore.
Nice.
Yeah. So because they just moved out there and they don't know anybody, so they were very happy to hear that I was gonna come visit. So
I've never been to Baltimore.
neither have I.
There you go.
I've never been to Boston in the fall.
You know, have you guys played that game where you list 4 things about yourself and one of them is a lie?
Oh, yeah.
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 Well,
I-
I played it two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it. So I had I've never been to Boston in the fall as actually one of my truths.
Yeah.
And somebody else in the room got the reference, so that made me very happy.
Yeah. That's
very
nice.
cool.
I like that.
Hey, in a room full of Christians, they should get that joke.
I would hope
Hopefully.
so.
If they're really saved.
That's in the Bible, right? Thou must watch VeggieTales.
Thou shalt not miss the pirates who don't do anything.
It's
Yes.
exactly right.
Oh man. So hold on, real quick. Sorry.
go ahead.
So Jimmy was playing World of Warships. I think that was Thursday, right?
Plays it
Or
like
something.
That sounds right, yeah.
It was like it was him, and he like let me be in charge of the songs. So I'm just trying to find songs. Some like what's something with like boats and ships, like piratey songs. Hey, look!
There
So,
you go.
like he sees this like. Now I'm about to kick you out of here. You pick another VeggieTales. Oh, I'm like, that's fair.
Was it the Reliant K version?
No, it was like the actual.
Ah,
I would have been stoked.
Is this part of that feature on Twitch where you can pick in the chat, you can pick the songs that are playing? Was that part of
It
that?
was like Nightbot through. Yeah, it was like through.
That's cool. VeggieTales songs.
What's that
are on
called?
there.
What is that? Spotify.
I don't have any idea.
yeah, Nightbot
Okay.
controlling a Spotify playlist.
That
And
is-
as per usual, Nightbot got mad at me because Nightbot gets mad at me at all times,
tell
as
Nightbot,
Joel probably remembers.
It's a robot.
tell Nightbot where he can stick it. That's what I say.
Nightbot gets
Like-
mad at people for no reason because it's
I
a
said
robot
ha
and
ha
it doesn't
ha ha
understand.
ha. Like I typed in like 5 ha's, and it's like, hey, no spamming. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He got mad, and then Jimmy's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "Nothing. It's Nightbot. It's always Nightbot.
Yeah.
It hates me."
But it's free.
Yeah,
Talking about earlier. Free is not always better.
this is true.
All right, Joel, what you been up to?
My headphones aren't working. Keep
What?
talking.
Why are your
That's
headphones
exciting.
You're not working.
Why are your
That's sad.
headphones not talking?
Okay,
Why-
there we go.
Yeah, okay. Why?
All right.
What
like,
you been up to?
I need a new pair of headphones.
Obviously.
Anyway, what have I been up to? I didn't sleep last night hardly. Actually, I did sleep. I fell asleep at 4:45, which is when I was supposed to wake up. And then I woke up at 6:30, which is when I was supposed to be at work. And then so I finally got to work at right about 7:00. And I played volleyball last night, which is part of the reason why I was so slow getting to work this morning. I was really sore when I finally rolled out of bed. I don't know why I couldn't sleep though. That was weird.
Yeah.
But I had everything covered with volunteers. So yeah, it was all good. I had a pretty easy day today. I actually left at 11 and had lunch with friends, and then came back at 1 and took a 2-hour lunch.
Nice.
And yeah, and then church was over by then, so I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna turn everything off and leave. Didn't even bother to clock in. I mean, I'm gonna clock in when I go back later tonight.
Cool
So,
deal.
yeah. What have I been up to since we last streamed? I'm trying to think. I went to that worship leaders conference. I don't know if I talked about that.
I think you mentioned it a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So I haven't done anything since then, really. Just been hanging around, doing work stuff. So we're supposed to be closed this week because it's Thanksgiving. Like the office is supposed to be closed. But the pastor's wife still wants to do the ladies' Bible study tomorrow. She doesn't want to push it back by another week. She's like, no, tomorrow's the last day. We got to finish. She's like, I have to come in on my day off.
Oh darn.
Oh, darn.
So
Dang.
Whatever. It's not an actual holiday, so I don't get holiday pay, and I don't think I get paid time off either, just because the office is closed.
oh, there you go.
But
There's our Dr. Pepper sponsorship.
oh yes, did you also notice my T-shirt?
I didn't. What do you got?
What is it?
Oh, nice. Al Delfino.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
So when I was out at the worship leaders conference, I met up with a friend of ours, Ivy, because she lives close by, and we went thrifting, and and I found this at the thrift store. So
Nice.
I was like, I'm gonna wear it for Super Mario Galaxy because it's a Mario shirt. And
awesome.
I like Mario. I like lifeguard shirts. I think they're funny. Or hold on, let me try that again. I said two things at the same time. I like the fact that it looks like a lifeguard shirt. It's funny. I don't normally wear lifeguard shirts, but like it's a Mario reference and it's funny. So yeah.
So what you're telling me is you're not a lifeguard.
I am not. I could be though. Well, maybe. I'm a pretty strong swimmer. Like,
Yeah.
But you have to be in really, really good shape, and I'm not right now.
Yeah.
So
I know this feels.
I'm not pudgy. I'm just yeah, whatever. I'm getting there though. I really need to stop on the sugary drinks.
As do we all.
I'm a bit addicted. That's all.
All right. So I, in preparation for this game, played a bunch of Mario Odyssey. Same thing, right?
Well done.
I played a little bit of Mario Odyssey.
Oh my gosh. I've played so much Mario Odyssey. What, it came out last week? Last Friday?
Something like that. I don't even have it in my Switch right now. Wow.
Yeah. And I beat the final boss, because as we all know in 3D Mario
It's
games,
Bowser.
go
Just say it's Bowser.
yeah, you go fight Bowser, and then like the game doubles in size all of a sudden.
Yes.
Because they're
Yeah.
like, oh, there's more for you to do. That's been a thing that's been going on since, I guess, Galaxy 1. Or did Sunshine do that? I don't know.
No, Sunshine, you only needed 70 shines, just like you needed 70 stars.
Yeah.
In Mario 64, but you could get all 120 shines before you faced Bowser.
Yeah. So that happened in Mario Odyssey. It's so and I know it, I'm not going to spoil anything, but that final level and final boss, probably the greatest final level / final boss of any Mario game that I've ever played.
That's saying something.
So stinking good. Yeah, it is.
I made it to the third world before I realized that you didn't have to advance onto the next world once you got enough moons.
Right.
And so I spent hours searching for as many moons as I could. I know there's one I still can't get, and there's probably 5 or 10 more that I don't know about. Because there's so many moons.
I know.
And so I got 45 or something in the one world, and I was just like, oh, I'm so tired of searching for moons.
One world?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
how many moons are there?
There's something like 1,000.
Yeah, I feel like right when the game came out, I feel like the number that was floating around was around 400 or 500. The last number that I read was 999.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
that's
that's not
just
even
as-
that's not even the technical limit. Like you can go 4 times higher than that, I think, before the game crashes. Like
So I will say, and this isn't really spoiling anything. It's just, but when you get to the end, there is a toad that you'll talk to that will start divvying out stars for achievements that you've accomplished. So a lot of those stars are just go run around in the world and then come back to this toad and talk to him, and he'll be like, "Oh, you did this, so I'm going to give you a star." So that 1,000-star number is like not quite as overwhelming when you consider that a toad is just going to hand you a bunch because you
Fair
invented
enough.
something.
Fair enough.
It's still really cool. Like more worlds have opened up, and well, specifically a world has opened up. I don't know if I will find more the more that I play it, but yeah, I'm so excited.
there's only like
It's
6
so
worlds
good.
or something, right? Like
Well,
No?
what are you on now? 3 or 4?
well, I opened up World 4.
Yeah.
But if you
So,
look at the poster I'm looking at, like I recognize like most of those enemies, and they only appeared. Well, maybe there's 10. Okay, never mind.
yeah, there's more that they
Okay.
kind of kept real hush hush. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And I know that I need to get my fill of this game because Nintendo still claims that last piece of DLC for Breath of the Wild's coming out before the year's over, and there's only a month left for them to do that.
Yeah, so they just did the Champions DLC, and there's one more.
Wait, the Champions DLC's out?
Yeah, there's a new dungeon. Yeah,
I apparently need to boot up my copy of Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild.
I haven't even done Trial of the Sword yet.
I haven't. I did the first third because it splits it up into 3 or 4.
Of course.
I did the first one.
Yeah.
And then the second set was kicking my butt. So
It's basically like the what was that thing in Twilight Princess? The cave you went into? Cave of Trials?
yeah.
Ordeals.
Gave it a try.
Cave
Yeah,
of Ordeals.
right.
Yeah.
And
And they have a
over the
similar one
time-
in Wind Waker, and yeah.
Yeah, so this is something that's been going on. But unlike in those games where I think you had to do all of that all at once.
No, Cave of Ordeals, like once you made it to a ferry, you could
Yeah.
exit.
oh,
You could exit because it's like, okay, in order to progress further, you need to have
the next item or whatever.
yeah, and like
Like you
if
could actually
can't-
get through like a half of it before you needed this spinner. Yeah.
well, no, like you can go through like the first 10 levels,
well,
and then after that you need the spinner.
yeah.
could you get to the first ferry or the second ferry?
You
For
can get
the
to
spinner, I
the
don't-
first one without
Okay.
the spinner,
Yeah.
and then
And I
if you
remember-
had the spinner, which you get right there anyways, you
Yeah.
go to the next one. Then you need the ball and chain. Then you need
That's right.
double
And
balls.
so it's best to wait until you have all your items before you even do it. Like,
or
yeah.
and then if you've
Wind
gone
Waker.
through all the dungeons, then you can just go through all 50 levels.
I think in Wind Waker, all you need.
I think
I
once
think
you're
it'll-
able to get in it, you're fine.
Yeah, I think once you can get in, and once you've got the giant gloves or whatever, where you can lift
I think-
heavy rocks.
Mhm.
But yeah, like Titan's Mitt.
Okay.
Yeah, once you get the Titan's Mitt, you're good.
Oh,
So-
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I remember
Um,
I did that completely on accident. I remember when I played Wind Waker.
Well, yeah, it's like you got to go in there because that's where one of the Triforce shards is.
Yeah, like I think that's what it was. I was looking for a
Yeah.
Triforce chart, and I was like, "What is this?" And I lifted up the rock, and I jumped in, and I just kept going and going and going, and finally I got the piece, and I was like, "Goodness gracious, that took forever!"
Yeah.
Sorry. For
yeah.
those of you watching on Twitch who are like, why is the screen moving around really weird? I'm having to edit the scene because
You stop that!
I did something and I messed something up. So
Don't mess up, man.
I'm not trying to.
We
This,
shouldn't be talking about Mario. We talked about Zelda. So
yeah, I know. So
Oh.
anyway, so that
I was
that's,
sick last week too, so I played a lot of Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
I've been doing.
Good old
Also,
dwarf.
I think the last time that I was on, I hadn't started my new job yet.
or there you go.
So
Ow.
I have that thing and I haven't opened it.
I have one that's
Still in
not
the
open,
box.
and I have one that is. Because I accidentally ordered two.
Ordered two of them. Yeah. So anyway, I got a new job at a doctor's office. I'm a receptionist.
Oh, you told us about this. Yeah, but
I?
you hadn't started yet.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think.
So I have
Yeah.
started it now, and I really like it.
Nice.
Thoroughly enjoying myself. So if for some reason CrossForge Gaming never takes off and turns into my job, I think I've got a really nice plan B here. So that'll
Cool.
be good. Real quick before we get into the game, you'll notice a lot of changes happening at CrossForge Gaming. Obviously, if a lot of you are watching this on Twitch, we have a Twitch channel. It was a very successful launch over the Extra Life stream weekend. And we pretty quickly got our way up to affiliate status, which means we can start sharing in some of the revenue from Twitch. I seriously doubt that revenue will amount to much, but it is there. I guess we got some other things, like there's a subscribe button on Twitch that is only available to affiliates, and some other features.
Don't you need like 1,000 consistently?
No, they changed it.
yeah,
There's
no,
Twitch
yeah.
Partner where you need like 1,000 followers and so many hours and stuff. Whereas there's the affiliate, which is a much lower requirement.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So partner,
Which, by the way, I've been sitting on almost 80 followers for a couple months now. And I was like, dang, I should probably work toward my affiliation.
there you go.
Because you
So-
only need 50.
Oh yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
that's nice. Yes,
It's just I don't have the
My-
hours. So.
either that being either my brother or my sister-in-law telling me that the CrossForge logo is mirrored. If you watch it on YouTube, it's right. If you watch it on Twitch, it's wrong. And there's a
Mhm.
real technical reason for that I'm not going to get
That's
into.
why we started half an hour late.
Yes, because we were fighting with how to get this working. So we got some kinks we got to work out. It's something that we're working on. That's why I'm bringing this up. We're really excited about the Twitch channel. I'm still experimenting with Mixer. I did notice, I read through their terms of service or whatever. You don't have to be doing something video game related to stream to Mixer. So if I can get this podcast up on all three platforms, I will, because I have no loyalty whatsoever to any one of these platforms. If the people will watch it, I will come to where they are. So yeah,
Technically, this is video game related because we're talking about a video game.
that is
Yeah.
true. So yeah, that's what's
Yeah.
going on there. Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So I mean, speaking of, so Nolan, did you technically finish your Let's Play of Cuphead? Is that what that was when you
Yes.
streamed live?
That's what that was. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be working on some other Let's Plays. And
I will find something
like
else to
that.
do. I have ads playing.
you have
oh my
ads
gosh.
playing.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
What?
Sorry.
We have ads. Oh, we can't hear any of them, so it's not a big deal.
No, I'm like, what is happening? No, there's like what's happening? Why is this loud?
Mhm.
What's going on?
Loud noises.
So let's talk about
Yeah.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
This was developed by Nintendo EAD Tokyo. It is published by Nintendo, and it was directed by Yoshiaki Koizumi. Joel,
Yoshi himself.
who designed and produced this wonderful game.
Well, it was designed by Yoshiaki Koizumi and Shigeru Miyamoto,
And it was produced by-
and it was produced by Shigeru Miyamoto and Takao Shimi. Oh my gosh, I know this
Shimizu.
name.
Shimizu?
Shimizu.
Shimizu, yes.
Sounds good
Ugh.
to me.
Wow.
Uh,
The person who designed and produced it was Miyamoto then, huh?
What'd you say?
Well, he was one of the designers, yeah.
No, I'm saying
one
because
of
he
the-
did both. That's
Oh,
that,
that's,
Oh
that's
yes,
true,
he was
yeah.
the designer and producer. Yes.
that was anyway.
Indeed.
Thanks, Alex.
Nolan, writer and composer.
Yeah. The writer was Takayuki Ikaku. That sounds right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then composers were Mahito Yokoro and Koji Kondo.
Of course. Koji Kondo.
Of course, the
Because-
immutable Koji Kondo.
Yeah, like because.
Yep. Because that's just how that works. I went away from the screen. I need to go back to it. Okay. This game was released for the Wii in Japan, November 1st, 2007. North America, November 12th, 2007. Europe, November 16th, 2007. And Australia, November 29th, 2007. This is before Nintendo was doing same day worldwide releases. Actually, I kind of feel like that was something that didn't really become hugely popular until this generation, the 360, PS3, Wii generation of game consoles.
Yeah, game releases were still very regional at the beginning of that generation.
Yeah.
It wasn't until at least 2010 that the worldwide release became popular.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now it's fairly normal.
Mm-hmm.
Although I feel like since we live on this side of the world, we're still having to wait several hours after everybody else gets it. It's just not fair.
It is.
It's not
Like
fair.
the fact that I know that you, Patrick, could buy a game hours before I could.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, because I'm 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours ahead of you, something like that.
One of those.
Yeah, I could be playing, except for the fact that because of that Amazon Prime discount for pre-ordering games, that's where I buy all my stuff. So I don't actually get the game until noon or 1 o'clock the day that it comes out. Because
Whenever UPS decides to show up.
Yeah, freaking.
yeah, you want to tell us about
Fine.
that? How do you feel about that?
Did
No.
I not say that on the stream yet?
I don't know.
I did.
I don't. Maybe
Yeah.
you
So
being
I got-
aggravated about your game coming late.
dude, I was so mad. I was like
Livid.
seething. I was livid. I'm like, why is this not here? Like, I'm like, I get home like from work about 6 o'clock. I'm like, I have to go to church because I gotta go get ready for doing stuff for that. I'm like, it's not here yet. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? They got 2 hours before I can, say anything.
Mhm.
Then afterwards, I get home and it's still not there. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I'm starting to get upset. Like, I'm actually upset. So, like, I go to check, like, what happened? Let me track my thing. And, like, I put order, and it's like, we're terribly sorry that your thing did not show up on the day it was supposed to. It should show up between this day and this day. If it's not here by next Wednesday, let us know. I'm like, oh, don't worry. You'll know.
I will let you know.
And then it showed up yesterday.
Oh
in the
gosh.
morning,
So
which I kind of just feel like it got stuck in the back of a truck and someone just didn't notice it.
I want to follow this tangent for a little bit. It came the postal service, right?
No, it's UPS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I will get stuff from Amazon through the postal service,
Mhm.
and if it comes to postal service, I never know when I'm gonna get it. It's never shown up on the day that I'm expecting it to. Now, if it's coming FedEx or UPS or whatever, I get it the day they say it. But if it's coming the postal service, it's like
Oh.
it's a mystery. It's like I don't have any idea when this thing's gonna show up. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it's awful. And that, boys and girls, is why Congress should defund the United States Postal Service and let it die. That was your Ron Swanson moment. For
Yeah, there
the
you go.
day. Okay, Mario Galaxy.
Libertarian minute.
Let's talk about this game.
It's okay.
So-
It's whatever.
So something that I was thinking about the game and what I wanted to talk about and things I wanted to highlight, and especially in comparison to other 3D Mario games. So before this, you had Mario 64, you had
Mhm.
Super Mario Sunshine, then you had Mario Galaxy.
Oh, right.
You're right.
Yes.
You know what? I forgot. I pre-ordered this. Give me
Uh-huh.
1 second because I got a thing with it. So give
Oh,
me
you
a second.
did?
What?
Yeah, I forgot to grab it beforehand because that would
Okay.
be smart.
Wow.
So give me a second.
I have a feeling I know what this thing is because I think I have one because I pre-ordered it from Target. Yeah.
I didn't
So
buy this till much later.
oh yeah. Oh, so you didn't
Yeah.
pre-order this game?
No,
What's wrong with you?
I had no money.
Well, you were
I was
poor.
still at Bible college. I was a broke college student. Okay, man.
But you had a Wii.
No, I didn't get a
Oh.
Wii till like 2010.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I was a broke college student for a long time. Like, I was done at Bible college in like 2008, and then I was unemployed for almost over a year, and yeah, because the recession was hitting everybody really hard. And then
Yeah.
I got a job at the end of 2009 at Best Buy, and once they decided to hire me on past the season, that's when I bought my Wii, and that was in like February, March 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and so that's when I got to Mario Galaxy and Super Smash Brothers Brawl and Twilight Princess and
all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, so I think I hear Nolan coming back.
Okay.
Okay, we're back.
All right. Yeah. So let's see this thing.
So, I have right here.
Yep. I've got that.
Yeah. So
Is that t-shirt?
still in the sleeve. So, got it right here, complete with the certificate of authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the coin is missing.
I don't know what
happened. I just looked at this. I'm like, aha! But I have a certificate of authenticity. With
you have a certificate of authenticity for a coin that you don't have.
Right.
For a coin that I apparently fell out at some point.
And it's like a cheap little plastic coin thing too.
It's not like the metal coins now.
No.
No. It's
no. It was a little plastic
a
thing.
hunk of junk is what it is.
But
you know what's funny is when I picked up Breath of the Wild, I was totally expecting a plastic coin, and I pulled it out of the box, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's actually brass."
Yeah. So anyway, so this game it's the two 3D Mario games that were before it kind of paved the way for this, and of course, a lot of us will remember that Mario 128 demo for the GameCube where Mario was running all over the planet. Kind of thing, or I guess was it a planet or was it a GameCube?
It was
a GameCube.
It was on a GameCube. That's right.
Yeah,
and you were controlling one Mario, and the computer was controlling the rest. It was a tech demo to show just how many polygons the GameCube could process at once, and like how many moving things and all that. Yeah,
right.
There are 120 Marios in one space.
Yeah,
basically.
But like the Marios could. The gravity on the GameCube worked the way that it does in Mario Galaxy. If
I think it was a sphere. It wasn't on top of a GameCube.
Sphere, yeah, and you could run around, and so that's kind of where all the influences for this game came from. And of course, you've got a hub world, which was that spaceship thing that Rosalina, who is a new character in this game, shows up on, and that of course comes from Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, and it's something that they don't really do anymore. Mario Galaxy 2 didn't have a hub world, and neither does Mario Odyssey. You're just selecting where you want to go, which I'm kind of bummed out about. I wish they would bring that back.
In 3D World, there was no hub really. It was a map.
Yeah, kind of like Mario 3.
Old school Mario.
Yeah, it was it.
But
yeah,
3D
World was weird. It was like a mixture of the 2.5D games, the modern side-scrolling Mario games, and the 3D games, because it was like 3D space, but there was a time limit, and there was a run button, but you were in a 3D space, and there's a map, but
Mario the Super Mario 3D game, so both Land and World.
Yeah, I haven't played Land yet.
To me, it was kind of like if you took a 2D Mario, raised the camera up a little bit, and tilted it down.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Because the camera controls were really like stuck in very specific spots.
Really
like
change it much.
Super Mario 64 was. Like you had a very locked in camera, and it was really annoying. And what everybody complains about when they go back to play 64. They're like, oh my gosh, the camera sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
And that's how I felt playing 3D World. I was like, why can't I move the camera?
Yeah, and it's because you don't really need to.
No, the levels are designed for you to go this way.
And in 3D World, and I promise I'm bringing this back to Galaxy because I'm trying to make a point here. In 3D World and 3D Land, you're constantly being pushed toward a goal, like you are in a 2D Mario. There's a flagpole at the end, and that's where you're headed. It's very linear. There's really only the one direction to go. Occasionally you can branch out from the normal path, but you can't branch out too far. And I bring that up for this because even though Mario Galaxy is 3D and it feels very, very open, it's pretty linear.
Yep.
Not as linear as 3D World, but not anywhere near as open as Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine.
Mario
And I think-
Sunshine was really open.
yeah,
Yeah, it was.
and I think Mario Galaxy feels more open than it actually is because you're in space and you can see everything. And you've got these planets that you can run around and you kind of feel like, oh, I can go anywhere and do anything.
Mhm.
And I'm not talking about it like negatively. I think the game is fantastic. It's one of my favorite Mario games, but I do commonly hear when people are talking about Mario Galaxy, they talk about it being an open 3D world, and it's like, well, it's not. It just feels like that. And I think Nintendo did that on purpose. They want you to feel like you've got this freedom that you really don't have. But it's a really cool game. It's a really pretty game. I think that's something that because the Wii wasn't HD, a lot of people just immediately looked at it and went, "Oh, it's not real pretty." And I
Disagree.
I disagree. And I used to say back then, if you were to take an Xbox 360 and plug it in with because the original 360, remember, didn't have an HDMI output.
That's
on
right.
It just had the RGB. So if you took an original Xbox 360 console, plugged it up to a TV and set it to 480p, and then run like Halo 3 or Gears of War or whatever you want to say is the prettiest looking game, and put that next to my go-to game back then was always Metroid Prime Corruption. I would put money on Corruption looking better than the other game. That's just my opinion. Not everybody thinks that, but and Mario Galaxy is a gorgeous game. A lot of really bright, vibrant colors, and it's just fun.
That's true.
It's just a fun, stinking fun game. One of my favorite things to do, especially on like the smaller planets, was to see if I could long jump into orbit.
Right? Isn't that fun? I did that all the time.
So good. It's so good. So for those of you who have not played this game, gravity
It's subjective.
Gravity's weird.
Oh, you can say that again.
Because all the worlds are comprised of a bunch of different tiny little planets. Very few. I guess there were a couple of worlds. I guess there were a couple of worlds that were so big that like you had a border that you could, and it felt a little bit more like a Mario 64 level. But most of the time you're just hopping from sphere to sphere to sphere, and these spheres have gravity like a planet does. And if the sphere was small enough, you could potentially get your momentum going and long jump, and Mario would just orbit the thing. I mean, eventually he would hit the planet again. I can't think
You'd
of
have a decaying orbit.
yeah, I can't think of a time where you could ever get Mario going fast enough to just stay in orbit.
I don't think you could, because I feel like he'd break the game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
That
I don't think in a long jump you could do a ground pound, so you wouldn't be able to actually stop Mario from doing that. But it created a lot of really interesting scenarios where two planets would be really close to each other, so you'd get up underneath one and jump, and then the gravity from the other one would take over, and so Mario would flip himself around and you'd be on the new planet. It was really cool. And you see things, you've seen them play around with gravity in other games. Mario Odyssey actually does it a few times, mostly in the 2D areas that I've noticed. So it's not nearly as confusing as it is in Mario Galaxy, but yeah. Yeah, y'all jump in at any time. I feel like I'm monopolizing.
Like, I never had a real problem with the gravity in Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just how my brain works. Like, I was like, okay, it's a little ball. So, like, the only time I had problems was like when he would suddenly roll around and he's facing the camera and your controls haven't flipped because you're still walking forward, but you're pressing like you're pressing the stick forward and Mario is still going forward, but he's heading toward the screen when normally you'd be pulling back on the stick to have him head toward the screen. So that was a little weird. But like, if you just stop for a second, or like recenter the camera behind you, it's all good. Like, I think people who had the most trouble with it didn't stop to digest what was happening.
Yeah. Well, something similar to that happened, and it only happened very briefly, just because of how the game is structured. But something similar to that would happen in Sonic the Hedgehog games. You'd run toward a wall that had an incline that you'd go straight up the wall, and then you would wind up on the ceiling. And sometimes your brain is like, oh, I need to move my thumb from the direction that I was pointing when I ran toward the wall and move it to the other way. But the game takes into consideration that you want to keep your momentum going so you can stay on the ceiling. So don't take your thumb off the D-pad, even though your brain wants to. So you're still holding left on the D-pad, even though
going to the right,
running to the right because he's upside down. So that's something that's been around. But yeah, I did have that problem, especially when I would be on the other underside of a planet and I would go from full stop to wanting Mario to move. That, even to this day, if I were to boot the game up right now, I would have trouble with that because it's backwards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's backwards because technically that makes sense.
But you don't want to know something crazy is this is not the first time a game has like messed with gravity in such a way. Because like you said, Sonic kind of did it, but he was sticking to the ceiling because of inertia and stuff. And but Mega Man 5 has Gravity Man. And so there are sections just like in Super Mario Galaxy where there's arrows saying gravity is this way, and then you hit a certain point and gravity is now this way, and you're on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And it even flipped the controls a little bit. And instead of pressing down to slide, you would press up to slide.
Okay. Yeah, that'd
yeah.
be trippy.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't like that, but whatever. And then of course there's V.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's all about gravity switching. That's all you do.
I have VV. Is it 5 Vs?
You should say Vs.
Yeah, Vs. I have it. I've never played it. Got it in a Humble Bundle, probably.
It is a hard game. It's a very hard game.
That's fun though. I enjoyed it.
You like hard games.
So
I do.
There were some purple coin challenges in this that required you to basically be upside down the entire time. And I can remember one in particular that I never could get because I couldn't get the daggone controls right. And I'm not saying, like, this isn't one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm complaining about the controls because the controls are bad. They're not bad. They are slightly more complicated than you think that they are, and that's why I couldn't do it, because the controls in this game are fine. Mario controls.
It's just you're bad at the game. That's
yeah,
all.
I'm bad at the game. That's what it is. And I never could do it. It's horrible, and I hate it. And I feel like I got how many stars are in this game?
There are technically 241 because you get 120, and the game says now it's Super Luigi Galaxy.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you get 120 in Super Luigi Galaxy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you could like press a button on the title screen and it would go Super Luigi Galaxy instead of Super Mario Galaxy. Anyway, and and so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so once you got the 120th and you beat Bowser, it opened up. So then you get 120 with Luigi and you beat Bowser, and then the 121st opens up on your Mario file, and you can get that one. And so technically, completion is 241.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And that's what I was talking about. When I was talking about Mario Odyssey, and when I beat the boss, and like the game just sort of doubles.
Yeah.
Inside it. Mario Galaxy was the first time that happened. You'd go, and I think sometimes I don't remember hearing this so much about Mario Galaxy, but I have heard it said of Mario Odyssey. Some people were like, "Oh, this game is easy." Like, yes,
no,
getting from the start of the game to beating Bowser is not super challenging. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not super challenging. But I think that's so that pretty much anybody who wants to sit down and play this game can do that. And then
And that's the point.
yeah,
It's
and
like,
then for
they don't-
crazy people like the three of us who are like, okay, that was fun. Now I want this game to kick me in the face a whole bunch of times. That starts happening after you beat Bowser. But
Okay.
that's set up like that because they're like, oh, well, if you beat Bowser, you must be fairly good at it. And you don't need us to constantly remind you, hey, here's how you do this thing and here's how you do that thing. And it just kind of kicks you out. And it's like, go for it. And Mario Galaxy did that. And I don't remember exactly how difficult those later stars were. I say that because I remember Mario Galaxy 2. I got to the end of that and was like, okay, this is fun. I'm going to do the extra stuff. And it was just, the game is just bashing my head into the wall. And I went, nope, I'm done. I have reached the limit of my skill for this game.
I got 241 stars in Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the the Comet Medal in the final challenge,
Okay.
which is like it's in the last leg of the final challenge. Okay, and of course, if you get the Comet Medal and complete the final challenge, then it opens up Star 242, where it's the final challenge, but you can't take a hit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
That's not
and
cool.
that's Star 242, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I could probably do the final challenge without taking a hit, but to unlock the final challenge without taking a hit, I don't want to do that again. I
Right.
really don't.
That's, wow. That's
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it's rough, man. Like, you got to go in with 99 lives, and you'll probably lose 90 of them. Like,
Oh, really?
like it's hard, man. It's
Okay.
so hard.
Like the back half of like. See, that's new to me. Like I went through and I kind of did that with 3D World. I know, like, because that game just kind of hands you lives. for
Oh,
most of
yeah.
it, and then, like you get to like
But
the
in
later
3D
stuff,
World,
and
they
it's
have
like
is it Champions Road? Didn't they just rip
Something
that
like
off
that.
of Pokemon?
just it's well, that'd be Victory Road, but I don't
Okay.
remember
Okay.
the name of it. It was like it just like it got hard. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. So is it like
Yeah,
that
you
then
get,
that
like,
like you need
10,000 lives or something like that in Mario 3D World, right?
yeah, if you can because there's a
3D World handed
There's a thing-
lives out like candy. This is weird.
well, that it's
Yeah.
very easy to get like infinite lives too. So
Yeah. Now
I
I
just
never
have to
got
set it
that
up.
far in 3D World. I beat Bowser, and then I went back and I started completing things, but like I never went full completion on 3D World.
Mhm.
yeah.
I
Well,
kinda
I mean,
lost
I never
interest.
finished. I never completed it, but
Yeah.
I started down that road. And I'm like,
That's- That's one of those games that I kind of hope gets a Switch port because I don't know. I've told the story before. I had a bunch of my Xbox One and Wii U games stolen. And that was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the ones that was stolen, so I never got to finish it.
Oh.
I don't know that the game did well enough to justify that. I don't have any
Let's see.
I mean, it's not Skyrim, but
idea. That's true.
Right?
If you ask Bethesda, they're like, yeah, just put it on everything. Put it on a
Just-
toaster. We don't care. Just do it.
3D World,
I
looks like the ranks 4th top selling.
That was for
Oh,
Wii.
yeah.
It beat Smash Bros. Wii U
I believe that.
by
Yeah.
20,000 units. Wow.
I feel like
That's close. Wow.
for as popular as Smash Brothers is with our crowd, it's kind of a niche thing. Because like Mario
I bought a Wii
Kart,
U to play it.
what's that?
I bought a Wii U to play it. Like
I know. Most people didn't though.
I bought a
it was
Wii.
a
so I
console
can
seller, as far as I was concerned.
I bought a Wii for Brawl.
That was a mistake.
Kind of me too.
Brawl,
Well, I
was,
also knew there was. Well, I knew
Brawl
there was
wasn't
other things though too.
Brawl wasn't a great Smash Brothers.
I don't know. I
No.
like Brawl.
Tripping made everything bad.
I like some things like that. What was that big story That
Oh,
was in
that
it.
was cool. Yeah, like
yeah, I
liked
liked that, and I thought that was
really
fun.
cool.
And I was sad when it didn't really come
Oh, the
back.
Subspace
And
Emissary.
yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
wanted that to come back instead of the goofy stuff.
They
that
said very
you
early
did
on in
here.
development that wouldn't be happening, and I'm surprised that most people didn't know that. And they were
No,
upset that there was no
knew.
story. Like,
Well, I knew they were saying that it wasn't going to happen, but I was also like, Nintendo says a lot of things.
Nintendo says a lot.
Maybe they're just
No.
lying to me.
I
But
don't know.
Pretty sure Miyamoto said they weren't going to remake Majora's Mask, and yet here we are.
it's also true.
That's because Breath of the Wild got delayed.
That's how you get Zelda remakes. So if the next one that's gonna come out, whatever it is, starts getting delayed, we'll be like, oh hey, maybe Wind Waker
Like the
HD will
fact
come
that-
out on Switch
The Wii U didn't get a new Zelda game.
until it died.
Well, no, Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game.
I realize,
Yes.
but at the same
Everybody
time,
plays it on the
Switch
Switch,
launched.
but it's technically a port on the Switch.
It is. But
yeah,
I mean,
but then like they went and gutted all of the Wii U stuff so that it would be the same as the Switch, and
Yeah,
I'm
all
like,
the touch
now
screen
now it feels like the Wii U game is that's the port.
Yeah.
Feels like.
It would have been really neat to play a Wii U a Zelda game with proper touch controls instead of tacked on like in Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD.
yeah.
Well, and we're like way off on a tangent, but
Sorry.
so if any Zelda game needed the touchscreen to navigate menus, it's Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, absolutely. Holy crap,
That's-
there's so much stuff in the menus. Like I spent half the game in the menu.
I know, like I play Wind Waker HD and I've got the screen there, and I have a Wii U Pro controller that I would probably much rather play that game on, but I want the screen so that I can I want this item, and I want this item, and it's so good. And then now I don't have Breath of the Wild for Wii U, but one of the
You're
reasons
sitting there and you're
Switch.
like ding 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 ding
Yeah,
ding ding ding.
but it's so much me, and I love that game, I really do. But one of my complaints about Skyrim is that it's like, oh, I'm playing, let's see how quickly I can navigate through the menus. And really the only reason I don't feel like that in Breath of the Wild was because they knew better. They were like, okay, look, we're gonna have a bunch of menus, but they're only so deep and they're really easy to get to. And anyway,
Mhm.
Mario doesn't have menus.
It has a pause menu.
It has a pause
Okay.
menu
You
for
can save and quit.
and maybe deactivate the second player's
Oh,
Wii
that's
remote.
right. We haven't talked about the second player
Yeah.
support.
So this was the first 2-player simultaneous mainline Mario game, but it's nothing like what that looks like today.
Yeah.
Did either of y'all use so Joel? What
did.
was it? And okay, so because I used it a couple times, but
So one person would be playing with a remote and nunchuck controlling Mario. And the second person would be playing with just a remote pointing at the screen. And they could shoot the star bits.
And
That
collect
Mario
Star Bits, I
collected.
believe.
yeah, they could collect them too. I think.
Yes. If they were the ones that were like bouncing, then you could just hover your cursor over it and collect them.
Yeah.
Or even if they were just hovering, I think you could collect them. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any star bit you could
Yeah.
collect.
And player one could do this too. Like player one at any point could point the controller at the screen and collect star bits and shoot them if they wanted to. But it's like trying to split your brain two different ways because you're controlling Mario and you're pointing and shooting.
Mhm.
And so like, I don't know, for me, it wasn't like playing Metroid where you're doing that. I realized I just described most first person shooters when I said that. But like, it's not like playing Metroid when you're doing that. Like it's very different. And so it's a lot easier if you want to use that function to have a second player focusing on pointing and shooting star bits. And so I did that a couple times. And it's all right.
That's also assuming that you have someone that's playing as your second player. That's not like, I'm just gonna waste all your star bits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it just
I had somebody do that.
The way I convinced my buddy Tomko to play is he's like, I'm terrible at Mario. I was like, you're not playing Mario. You're pointing at the screen and you're firing little bits whenever we have them. And it's like, oh, okay, I can do that.
But there would be areas of the level where it'd be like, oh, you can branch off to this other thing, but you need so many star bits. So shooting all your star bits wasn't something you necessarily
he wasted them all like really quickly, and I was like, dude, like,
right,
we have very limited ammo.
So star bits was a collectible thing in this game, and it was I guess spendable currency so that you could access other areas of the level. Like you'd run into these, I guess they were star-shaped creature things.
They were
the Lumas.
Star bit. Yeah,
Lumas.
And they would eat these star bits, and when they ate so many, they would get so big, and then they would kind of burst into one of those little
galaxy.
Yeah, that was it. And
what the game called a galaxy,
right?
Yeah,
which was really just like sometimes a collection of 2 or 3 planets. So yeah, it was weird, and you could, if you didn't have a partner who was actually interested in helping you, they could just waste all your star bits, because sometimes the number of star bits that you need to branch off into another path is exactly the number of star bits that were available to you before you got there. So if you fire even one of them off, and you're like, well, I guess you're not going that way this time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So continuing talking about star bits, bit of trivia for you. So they have the exact same shape as the gratitude crystals from Super Mario, from Skyward Sword: The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that they.
Yeah, and that's because they're based on a Japanese candy called kanpaito, and it's very popular in Japan. It's kind of I guess it's like a hard candy that turns chewy, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can order that somewhere.
I'm sure there's like Japan Direct or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Asian Persuasion. No, don't search that. That sounds terrible, actually.
Wait, what?
Don't repeat it.
I will not.
Just in case. All right, so Mario's moveset in this is essentially ripped straight out of Mario 64, with the exception of the combat. You're not punching and kicking. Actually, that might be the only Mario game where you do that. Well, if you not count Smash Brothers. Because in Sunshine, it's back to being limited to jumping on things and then shooting them with FLUDD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunshine, you become very limited in your movement because of FLUDD, but at the same time, like, you have like different movement because of FLUDD. Like, you can hover and shoot rocket up and like stuff.
Right. And because so you had to play this with a Wii remote and a nunchuck.
Yep.
Which was the 2 things, and that's kind of how
and you got the spin move.
Right. And so you would flick the Wii remote to make him do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it had a cooldown, which was a very nice visual representation of the baby Luma popping out of your hat and going back in.
And then he would go back in. And that was because you picture a Wii remote, and it's it's the big TV thing, and you got the big old A button right there in the middle, and then a B button for a trigger. And that's essentially the buttons that are easy to get to on a Wii remote. You got a D-pad and you're 1 and 2, but they're a little awkward. And so a lot of times Nintendo was having to find ways using motion control, because that was the Wii's thing, to replace button presses. And so, of course, A would jump, and the B trigger would shoot a star bit at wherever you were pointing. And so to fight off enemies, you could, of course, either jump on them, which was how you fight enemies in Mario games typically, or you could flick the Wii remote, and he would do this little spin move. And then that was essentially it. But as far as making Mario move, just imagine the moveset from Mario 64. You're running, you're jumping. There is a triple jump in this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a triple jump. There's a long jump. There's a ground pound.
There's a ground pound. You
just don't have his kung fu moves because of the spin attack.
You've got the somersault, which is ducking and and jumping, and then you've also got the sideways backflip somersault thing.
Shoot, I messed up my headphones.
Which
again.
I was really glad to see that come back. The moveset is basically back for Mario Odyssey, because in the Mario 3D World and 3D Land, you're back to having your basic 2D side scroller Mario moves.
Yeah, you can spin jump kind of in Mario.
Yeah,
3D World, but
to get a little extra distance.
Yeah, well, in Super Mario World, when you did the spin jump.
Yeah,
that Yoshi.
Thing, yeah,
so it technically went farther than your regular jump, but it didn't go as high. Your regular jump would go higher,
right,
and not quite as far.
I was thinking of like in New Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Run, you tap the jump button again in the air, and he does that little twirl. And it gives him a little more distance. But yeah.
No, there's like the spin hover, and then there's like an actual spin jump where you're spinning the whole time.
Yeah, and the spin jump was also how you would break certain blocks.
Yes,
from above, because you never. Yeah, so that's Mario's moveset, and it feels really good. It feels as good as it always has. Like, I think it's incredible how right they got Mario's movement in Mario 64.
Right?
And then it's just like, oh, just do that again.
Yeah, that's one of the few things they got really right in that game. Like, open world, like Mario controls really tight. Like, I know in Banjo-Kazooie, like, I know it's kind of a modified version of Super Mario 64, but like it's a lot slower.
Yeah,
because you got to double jump and you got to really, and a lot of the similar moves, ground pound and backflip and all that, but like it's just like you don't run as fast and you can't like do like the air dive that Mario does, like the bear and bird move a lot slower. I don't know.
Yeah, and I remember when I first started playing Mario Odyssey, I felt like something felt off about the way that he moved because of Cappy. But once I got used to it, I was like, oh, no, this works.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I still don't think it feels as fluid as he does in Mario 64 and the two Mario Galaxies. But I like it. It works for that game. So it's
definitely
real good. And if you watch people that really know how to navigate Mario through environments, just the way they string together, you go into a long jump and then you sideways somersault into a wall and wall kick off of it. It's almost like watching a really nice gymnastics routine with a fat plumber.
Right.
And I can
think about that. Just have that image just burned into your mind. That Italian man in overalls.
Especially if you're also imagining him wearing the gymnastics suit.
Nope. Why'd you go there?
Tight onesie thing going on.
Leotard, unitard, whatever it is.
I don't know what it is.
Okay,
so we were talking about the camera in Mario 64 and how bad it is.
Awful.
And then how the camera is just fixed in Mario 3D World. And if you've ever held a Wii remote and a nunchuck, you'll know there's not a second analog stick on that thing. So you don't have a lot of camera control.
It's Zelda camera.
Yeah, it's
Z-targeting, basically.
You do Z-targeting and it whips around you. But like how it tried to be in Mario 64, where Lakitu, the camera, would go up to where he probably should be, and you hopefully, if they got it right, you won't have to move the camera around a lot. Mario Galaxy's camera is really good about moving to where your angle, your field of view is very advantageous. Of course, they do that to also hide things from you. My wife was watching me play Mario Odyssey, and I would get to a room or a new ledge where I can't really see over the ledge, and I would swing the camera up straight down, and I would walk Mario around the edge of the platform that I'm on. And she's like, "What are you looking for?" And I'm like, "I have trust issues with Nintendo.
Yeah,
they're always hiding. Like, there'll be a ledge down there with 3 coins on it." And she's like, yeah, but I've seen you look at this thing like 2 or 3 times and there's nothing there. And I went, yeah, but the one time that I don't look, something will be there.
Exactly.
So I'm going to look at every single one of these things.
The
That's how that
levels
works.
change depending on which star you're doing.
Mhm. That's also true. So yeah, so it would. Mario Galaxy's camera is actually really good about that, and I gotta say that's actually something that I dislike about Mario Odyssey. You have that second analog stick, and so for the most part, that camera is just 100% up to you to go to put it where you want it. And occasionally I'm like, oh, but in Mario Galaxy or even Mario 64, when I walked out here, the camera would have just moved and I wouldn't have to do this.
Yeah.
And I miss that. Mario Galaxy
Yeah.
did a really good job.
Mario Sunshine, though, you had full control of the camera.
Yeah, that's true.
And
game's
that's
weird.
why a lot of people like to play it. They say it's the best Mario. And I'm like,
It's
I
a
don't
good
know.
Mario. I don't think it's as bad as some people say that it is.
I've never heard anybody say it's bad.
Sunshine?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I've heard people say they just plain don't like it.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
think
people.
they're wrong.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Sunshine, just because they don't like using Flood.
Yeah.
I will say that the best parts of Super Mario Sunshine are when Flood gets taken away and you have full control.
Oh, those
of Mario.
Galaxy levels.
Yeah, the ones that they remade in Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, those were fun.
They
were,
just
those were
totally
a lot
just
of
ripped
fun.
them and put them right in there.
Here.
No, definitely not.
Put them here. Yeah, those are the best parts. But yeah, I liked playing with Flood. I know I got to the end of that game. I don't know that I got every star.
Did you
shine,
find all
whatever.
240 blue coins?
That doesn't sound like something that I did.
Yeah. Because I think if you, oh gosh, I can't remember how many blue coins gives you a shine, but like
10.
It was 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 24 shines that are quote unquote hidden that you would, once you traded in all of the blue coins, you would get them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and there were 240 blue coins spaced throughout the levels, and it was some of them were really challenging.
So, speaking of colored coins, Mario Galaxy would have these comet challenges where you'd go back into a galaxy or planet or whatever that you'd already been to. When did these comets start showing up? Did you actually have to beat Bowser before those opened up, or were they kind of already
don't
there?
remember.
I don't remember either.
It's been
Believe
too long since
they-
I've actually beaten it.
The regular comets showed up before Bowser.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the purple
there's
coin comets showed up after he beat Bowser.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right. And they would add another challenge, like, do this thing in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Or without taking a hit.
Without taking a hit.
Or collect all the coins.
Yeah, there's 100 purple coins in here, and you've got a certain amount of time to get them all. And those
Some of them were pretty tough.
really, really, really difficult.
Yeah.
A lot of the times. Okay. Was this the game with the I'm remembering a Mario game where there were you would ride a dolphin thing and you'd slide down this water slide. Is that this game or is that Galaxy?
You were on no, you're thinking of 3D World and Galaxy 2.
Shoot.
Okay.
That's right.
In Galaxy 1, you were on the back of a giant manta ray.
That's it.
Right.
And you had to go through like an infinity loop of water just floating in space.
That's right.
Well, we've got a wonderful person in the chat. Anyway,
oh hey.
So anyway, yeah, so the manta ray, and it was motion controlled and stuff. And it was hard because like to do I think there was even like a purple coin challenge on that one. Like
yeah, I think so.
That or you had to do it at a time limit or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like there was a purple coin challenge in almost every Galaxy. And yeah, they were difficult. And I know I never got to where I saw every single one of them. All right, let's talk about sound design. Let's talk about the music. I love the music in this game. Was this? I can't remember. Was this game soundtrack fully orchestrated, or was it still?
Yes,
MIDI?
this was the first time. That's a bit of trivia I have in.
Okay.
This was the first time it was actually a fully orchestrated ensemble instead of just pre-recorded beeps and boops.
Right.
MIDI.
It's even now. I think it's some of the best music in a Mario game.
Yeah. The first time I booted it up, my mom happened to be in the room, and she goes, "They're trying to do what Star Wars did with the orchestra and everything." I was like, "Well, duh, it's in space." Like,
Yeah.
No, that's in space. Oh wait,
They're both in space. Yeah.
Mario is a space opera.
I always ask.
I don't care. I love Star Wars. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would watch a Mario Star Wars crossover.
Absolutely. You know what?
Hmm.
One of the best animated things on YouTube I've ever seen was somebody took like the Smash Bros. Universe and set it to Star Wars. So like
Nice.
Link is Luke, and like I'm pretty sure Mario is Obi-Wan. And like, yeah, there's all these craziness, like Bowser
That's
is Darth
funny.
Vader, or maybe Ganondorf is Darth Vader. I don't remember, but
like
yeah,
Ganondorf
like
would be
they
Vader.
made the whole trilogy, like the original trilogy, I should say.
Yeah.
You know, it's 3 parts with, and it's like really well animated for just like one guy doing it. And you know, they ripped all the sound effects from Smash Bros. I think it was from Brawl, and they did it, and yeah, it's really good.
It's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still around, honestly.
I'm gonna have to watch that because that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was really good. When you said Mario Star Wars crossover, it just like popped back in my brain. I was like, oh, there was this thing.
But you know, as long as you didn't have to pay to win, that's the only thing that I'm concerned with. I don't want Super Mario Battlefront 2.
It's called Super Smash Wars: A Link to the Hope.
A Link to the Hope.
Instead of A Link to the Past or A New Hope. It's
that's
by this guy James Farr.
How long?
Oh, he did the Triforce Awakens. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mario is not Obi-Wan. He's Han Solo, of course.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Mario's a rebel.
And so the Triforce Awakens is Smash Bros. for Wii U.
Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty
So the
awesome.
Master Sword is like the Master Saber because it's a lightsaber, but it's the Master Sword. And yeah, and it's Toon Link as Luke. Gosh, this is so cool. I need to post this in the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
And just go watch all of the others right now.
That
Everybody.
No, after the show's over, then you can
right now. No, okay, after the show's over.
We need you to stay here. I don't know what I was gonna say. Obviously, Charles Martinet still voices Mario, and and actually most of the Mario cast.
Yeah, he does. He does both the Mario Brothers and the Wah Brothers.
Isn't he also Toad?
I don't think so.
Now I want to know. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure Toad is a different voice actor.
Who voices Toad? I want to say at the very least he was.
He might have been Toad
Super
at one
Mario in Super Mario Kart 64, but his voice is different. So
no, Toad in Mario Kart 64 is way high pitched. Like that's a woman doing that voice.
I got a really bad feeling that this person, because it comes up with this guy Mojo Nixon. But it's still but then there's another thing. The Super Mario Wiki updated October 5th of this year says that someone named
Voices of Toad.
Jen Taylor.
Okay, so at behindthevoiceactors.com.
Yeah, that's where I got that Mojo Dixon or whoever it was that came up.
Okay, yeah, so For the most part, Toad is voiced by Samantha Kelly, which is a woman.
Yeah.
There's another woman, Jen Taylor, who does his voice.
Right. So I've got Jen Taylor here on Super Mario Wiki. She is Princess Peach, but she's also Cortana.
So in Mario Kart 64, it was done by a guy named Isaac Marshall.
Yeah, I figured it was a dude.
But like, there's also I knew this. There was a Japanese voice actress for Toad, Tomoko Maruno.
Okay.
So yeah, she
So-
did Toad on quite a few games. Mario Party 1 and 2, Mario Kart Super Circuit. Okay, 3 games. But for the most part, it's Samantha Kelly in all the games lately.
Yeah. I say 'cause Jen Taylor's got a pretty big list, but it seems like it starts with Mario Golf, which for N64, and kind of ends at Mario Sports Superstar. What is that?
That's a party game.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was on the Wii.
So she's Toad in a lot of side games.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, Mario Sports Superstar. I think that was the Square Enix crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we need someone to play Toad in Mario Party. Get the chick that was Cortana. Yeah, she'll do it.
Yeah,
For sure.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's and of course in a Mario game, there's not a ton of voice acting. It's really just
It's Charles
Wa-
Martinet.
your Wahoo. Yeah. But it's not fully voice acted.
Except Super Mario Sunshine was. Mario was the only
gosh.
quiet character.
That was a mistake.
It was a
It
mistake.
was.
Holy cow. Like, just
Bowser.
out of nowhere, like, what was it? Toadsworth is like
Namaste.
speaking, and it's like, okay, that's
know.
okay. And then Peach starts talking, and you're just like, all right, I guess I'll go with it. And the mayor's talking, and Bowser's talking, and Bowser Jr. And it's like, what is going
Mhm.
on?
Yeah.
We're not talking about that game though.
And then Nintendo took a break from voice acting until Breath of the Wild with mixed
And they
results.
did it right.
I think some of them like okay, I'm not one of those people that thinks that the chick who did Zelda was awful. I don't think she was that great either. She
No,
was weird breathy voice.
it
It's
sounded like an American trying too hard to do a British voice.
yeah, that was my thing. But yeah, most of the other characters, the champions, I enjoyed what they did with them. Of course, it's always weird when you have voice acting and a character is talking to a character who is talking, but not vocally, like because Link is responding to them in that world. You don't hear him.
You don't ever hear what he says
And
though.
it's bizarre.
You, the player, and like, but their lines are written so that way you don't have to know what Link said
Right.
either. Like their responses fill you in.
Mhm.
So
It's still weird though.
yeah, thankfully in Super Mario Galaxy, it's just the normal Mario wahoo type stuff and text on the screen. Like there's no like Simlish going on like they did with Cappy and all the other NPCs in Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah. In Mario Odyssey, I'm like, I feel like
Everybody's going,
yeah. It's like,
and
I
you're
feel like
like,
I'm playing Animal Crossing.
well, like they did that in Banjo-Kazooie. Everybody spoke Simlish. That's where it comes from. Is the Sims? All your Sims, Parakiramato. Like,
Right.
what?
Just get your
You know,
voice.
what did you just say?
Hey,
And yeah,
I think Nolan's asleep. Never mind.
no,
Not quite.
he's in and out.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm so
I
tired.
I look down and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pop him up to be the main screen.
Oh no, that's rude.
No, it's funny. That's
He's
what it is.
responding sometimes. He's just
That's-
kind of.
That's
I'm just quiet. Well, because you guys are talking more, so.
uh-huh.
No.
Well, let's so I got this. I pre-ordered this game. Yeah, I got. Then it came with a little coin, and so you said that Nolan also did he pre-order? I'm sorry, Nightbot is doing something, and so I got distracted.
Mhm.
He kicked somebody out of our chat. Good job, Nightbot.
Yep.
That's what we have you for. So yeah, so I pre-ordered it. Played the heck out of it. That's kind of my experience with it. I thought about getting it after I got all that stuff stolen. I thought about buying it digitally for this. This is on Wii U, right? Or was it Mario Galaxy 2? Because I can't remember. Are both of them available digitally on Wii U, or is it just one of them?
I don't know.
I think it was
I didn't know
only
that was a
two.
thing.
Yeah, and I was thinking that they did 2 instead of 1. So,
I think we're supposed to be on with these complaints we're getting in the chat. We're supposed to be gaming talk shows and not actually Super Mario Galaxy.
Well,
is that
People
something
are looking for us
do?
to play the game, and we're just
Okay. What is this about? Don't on. Is there a way to set
no.
that to gaming talk show? Because I don't know. You'll have to forgive us.
that's something for next time. Whatever.
Yeah,
You'll have to forgive us. I'm new to this Twitch thing.
I guess
so-
you didn't know about gaming talk shows. Okay, that's fine.
Not know about gaming talk shows. So my bad. We'll make sure that's fixed for next time. We're honestly almost done anyway. So yeah. So Joel, why not were we live when you were telling me about when you got the game, or was that pre?
No, that we were live.
We were live. Okay, yeah. So then we already know, and we know Nolan pre-ordered it. So, yeah, and obviously the game has had a really big impact on gaming culture, on the industry. It's a Mario game.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Hey, there we go. I knew there was Nightbot command.
did we update
I did
it? Okay. Does it just say gaming talk show? Does it say what we're talking about?
No, unless you put it in the title. We're talking about Super Mario Galaxy.
I did put in the title that we're talking about Super Mario Galaxy. Okay.
There.
Well,
Then we're
cool.
good.
Well, there. Now we know. Oh, we love you too, whoever you are. Tato, Lucky Fox. You should stick around, even though you were looking for something that we weren't giving you. Because we're nice people. Yeah, so I can't think of another game though that is. I mean, obviously, a lot of games play with gravity, and this certainly isn't the first game to play with gravity, as we already talked. Of course, Portal plays with gravity in ways
Holy cow!
We all talked about last week that I unfortunately didn't get to. But then,
I love you, Josh, but man, you're hard to talk to.
Half-Life has isn't there a gravity gun?
There is a gravity gun.
Portal
has a portal gun.
Half-Life 2.
Half-Life
2
gravity
messes around with gravity.
where you pick up things and move them.
Then you pick up
And you
the
can
buzz
kind of
saws.
do that with the portal gun, pick up things and move them, but it's not the same.
Right. You can't launch them from the room.
Yes. You can't give them
Right,
zero
right.
mass and then suddenly all the mass.
Yeah. So that's
yeah.
But though Portal and Half-Life 2, of course, came out before this game.
They did, but they affected gravity in a completely different way than Mario Galaxy does.
Totally different. This
Wow.
was just crazy stuff. So yeah.
I brought up Mega Man 5 because it's a platformer with gravity controls. And VVD is also a platformer with gravity controls. I can't think of very many other platformers that have the interesting gravity like Super Mario Galaxy.
Right.
And who I mentioned.
Let me take a minute to say hi to somebody read that for me. Ilodes.
Irodes Bename, por favor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, you. Thanks for joining us.
I'm like, I'm not gonna try that.
Yeah. Nolan's just like, I'm just going to type,
No.
hey.
I
It's
person
just
chat. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. So I think that probably, did any of y'all have anything else you want to talk about Mario Galaxy?
Talk about trivia.
Should we talk about the
Oh, yeah.
squeakiness of that one level?
The spooky.
That's in Galaxy 2, I'm pretty sure.
Nah, it's one.
Is it? Did you look it up?
Pretty sure. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure it's one though.
I'm trying to think of a spooky day. All right, so while he's looking that up, yeah. So back in trivia, we talked about the star bits. So what's this hidden toy train?
Okay.
That's fair.
In the Toy Time Galaxy, so it's the one where you fight the giant toy robot in the end, the Bowser bot or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And there are Mecha Bowsers everywhere. You remember those from Super Mario World?
Yep, Super Mario World.
Yeah. Okay. It's where you get the spring mushroom, I think, which is like the worst power up ever, but whatever. So
Oh, that is Galaxy 2.
so in the Toy Time Galaxy, there's a hidden toy train. Wow. Suddenly I'm losing my voice. And it's just there. Like, it doesn't do anything. It's there in the background, spitting it on the track. You don't ever interact with it. It's just there, put as a gag by the developers.
Mhm.
So, little fun bit of trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So we mentioned already, this is the first Mario game to use live orchestrated instruments. I'm pulling up the list of top-selling Wii games.
Yep, I looked it up twice,
Um,
and just to confirm.
So where am I
This
at here?
is supposedly the 9th best-selling Wii game of all time.
That's what I have here on vgsales.wiki.com.
Yeah.
Where I'm seeing this. So for perspective, Wii Sports sold the most, and it certainly had the benefit of being bundled with
The pack-in bundle
the
game.
Wii system itself. And the only reason that the number of Wii Sports units does not match the number of Wii units sold is that eventually they stopped selling it with the console. And I think there was for a
Eventually.
while you could buy it separately.
When Sports Resort came out, I think
Yeah.
it was like the two of them were packaged together or something like that.
So then we've got Mario Kart Wii is 2. Wii Sports Resort is 3. New Super Mario Brothers Wii is 4. Wii Play is number 5.
What?
Guarantee you the only
You know
reason
why?
for that is
Is
because
the remote.
it was $50 and it came with a remote, which cost $40 by itself.
Okay.
So
'Cause that's what I did.
I did that too. I'm like,
Yeah,
I never bought that game because
I was like, even if this game is bad,
There
it was
was
only
one good game on
$10.
there. It was the tank game, and that was the only good one.
yeah, I
I
remember.
actually played that one a lot, like
Mhm.
with my nephew. But yeah, I got it because it came with the remote.
if
Yep.
you want to play Battle Tanks, play Battle Tanks.
Well, yeah. And then there was Wii Fit, and keeping in mind, so Wii Fit is number 6 with 22.67 million, and keeping in mind that game was $100 because you bought the
Had to buy
balance
that
board
stupid
with it.
board.
So that's crazy. Then Wii Fit Plus is right below it at 7, and it looks like for the most part anybody who bought Wii Fit Plus because the numbers.
I actually never had the original Wii Fit. I only had Plus.
Okay, I had Wii Fit. I don't think I bought Plus, and then I got the Wii Fit U. Because I think if you bought their little what was that, the little pedometer? It came with the software for free for a limited time, and I had the pedometer. So let's see, the Smash Brothers Brawl was at 13.2, and then Mario Galaxy is 12.7.
Just to round it out, what was number 10?
Oh, Wii Party is number 10.
What was number 1?
Number 1 was Wii Sports.
Yeah,
Like by far. Wii Sports
that makes sense.
Wii Sports is 82.81 million, and then the right behind it, where I say right behind it is Mario Kart Wii at less than half of that.
Okay.
So
That's also because Wii Sports Resort came, or Wii Sports came
Wii
with.
Sports was in it.
Yep.
And
Yep,
that's
yep.
why. So Mario Kart Wii was the best-selling standalone.
Yeah, well, because it's a really good game.
It is really.
See, I didn't have that one. I had
Oh,
Double Dash, and then I had Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8. Yeah,
Wow.
Mario Kart Wii is a really good Mario
Yeah,
Kart.
you missed out on some good tracks with
Mhm.
Mario Kart Wii.
Yep. I'm actually wondering what's Deca Sports?
It's probably it's not the bar sports game where it's like
I don't know,
darts
maybe.
and
And then
billiards and
was Big Brain Academy developed by Nintendo?
no.
Oh,
Big
Mario and Sonic at the Olympics is developed by Sega. Okay, so you've got to get to number 13 on this list before you get to a game that Nintendo did not develop for best-selling games on the Wii. And that's why third parties, up until recently, are not super fond of developing on Nintendo consoles because we
Because
don't.
Nintendo does weird things with their consoles. So,
Well,
like,
that and we don't buy them.
that's true.
I mean, look at this list. And even so, you have to get to number 13 before you get to a game that's not developed by Nintendo, and it's a Mario game. Yeah, it's Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, but it's still a Mario game. If assuming Big Brain Academy, because Brain Age is Nintendo, so Big Brain Academy is not Nintendo. That's number 19.
Now,
So you've got to. What's that? Oh
This
no,
year-
I totally skipped over Guitar Hero 3. Guitar Hero 3 is 16.
Now I'm looking at this list on ranker.com and they're saying that number 10 is Boom Blocks.
Let me.
Boom Blocks is a puzzle game for the Wii console.
That's weird
Developed by EA.
because this page says Boom Blocks only shipped 450,000.
There is not a number listed here.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Huh.
But anyway, the Wii's a interesting little system there.
Yeah.
Yep. I enjoyed it while I had it. It was a good run.
Oh, this is not by units sold. This is by votes.
Oh, yeah.
It's ranker. That's how it works.
Yep. Take that nonsense somewhere else. Yeah.
Here we
All
go.
right.
I got.
And
PG
Nolan,
charts.
you found out that the thing you were looking for was actually in Galaxy 2. Is that what you said?
It was Galaxy 2, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So way
All
to
right.
jump the gun.
Yep.
I know my trivia.
All right.
It's kind of
What am I trying to transition to? That Metacritic score. And guess
Yep.
the Metacritic score.
Yeah.
So how we do that is, so Joel picked the game this week. He knows what the Metacritic score is. At least he should, because he should have looked it up already. And Nolan and I are going to play Price is Right style and guess what the Metacritic score is. If you're not familiar with the Price is Right, it's a very old TV show on CBS, the daytime. Ask your parents about it. They've probably seen it at least once. Whoever gets closest to what the Metacritic score is without going over. And so that does mean that there is a benefit to not going first, especially since there's only two of us. And we go in the order of, thank you, Tato Lucky Fox. We love you too. Yeah, so Nolan, what do you think the Metacritic score for this wonderful game is?
I'm going to start off with a high one because I know this was a very good game and it's very well received. So I'm going to go with like a 90.
Just
I
90?
realize well, that gives me room to spare and it gives you less room to just go over me.
I mean,
So-
unless I was just a punk and did 91.
That's true.
Well,
I kind of figured you weren't going to do that,
I'm
but
I'm gonna get a little risky because I'm fairly certain that this game was one of the highest rated Metacritic games in the history of Metacritic for a long time. And
Yeah.
I want to say that it's 97, but I'm gonna play it safe and
Ooh.
make my official guess 95.
Well, you would have been dead on with 97.
I should
Oh,
have stuck
dang.
with
okay.
it. So yeah, I knew it was pretty high up there. So
Yeah.
what do I win?
You win no
Respect.
prize.
So
Coming in the mail.
what I would like to win. So this actually is related to the game. My brother, and I wasn't going to tell the story because it makes you sad. My brother got me a copy of this game signed by Charles Martinet.
No way.
Oh, I thought that was a joke.
No, it's real.
Oh.
But it's one of the games that got stolen out of my house about a year
Oh.
ago.
Oh my god.
I still have. He also got me a signed picture. I still have that.
Okay.
The game is gone, and it makes me very, very, very sad.
So
Yeah. So that's that. Okay. How this show works is we do our games on rotation. So the rotation. What?
In other news, hold on
Oh.
real quick.
Oh.
A game apparently came out for the Wii in 2017.
Really?
Just
What?
Dance 2018.
No.
oh, shut up.
Oh my
Came out
word.
10/24/2017.
You go away.
I'm not even. I'm like, whoa,
That's
whoa.
the
I had to share
Wii.
that. Sorry,
Did that game also
Wii.
come out on PS2?
I have no idea.
I
I'm like,
feel like games were coming out for the PlayStation 2 long after anybody stopped caring about that thing.
If you check the Hangout chat there, Patrick, there's your prize.
Oh, hang on, let me look. I made the chat go away because let's see. There's my prize. What is it? Congratulations. This envelope
Yay.
contains a genuine Marvel Comics
No
prize, which you have just won. That's weird. Is that a thing they actually
That's
mailed
a real
out?
thing they used to hand out.
That's mean.
Yep.
It also
How
says
you would
handle.
get it is you would point out a flaw in the story. Yes. Like if you wrote a letter to the editor and you pointed out a flaw, they would send it back to you. They would send this back to you.
That's
And
amazing.
eventually it became like a coveted thing because comic book nerds are nerds.
Yeah.
And so you actually eventually you had to, like, they were like, okay, we won't just hand out a no prize for pointing out a flaw. You have to give a reason for the flaw. And so the best one actually won the no prize. But they don't do it anymore.
Aw.
Yeah.
Is that Disney's fault? Or
No,
they
they stopped it a long time ago.
Okay, a long time ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we picked the game on rotation. It goes me, Joel, Nolan. Joel picked this game. Nolan has picked the next game. And Joel and I get to play 20 questions to figure out what that game is. It's a mystery to
it's a
everyone
mystery.
except Nolan.
do you have
And
your
of course,
Except for me.
by our rules, the game has to be 10 years old as of today. So anything
Yes.
that launched on November 19th, 2007 or back is fair game. So that means that does mean no Xbox One, no PS4, no Switch, also no Wii U.
Yeah.
Early Wii 360, PS3, and back. So
I just have a question for you, Patrick. Did you already make the audio version of last podcast?
I think so.
Okay, because I don't want to remove this YouTube link that I had for the music from last time.
You don't want to?
Yeah, if you've already done it.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you're
I
good.
have already done it. Yeah,
Okay,
you're good.
cool.
Go pick your music.
All right. Thank you.
So
Sorry.
while you're picking your music, I'll make the first guess. Do you play as a female in this game?
Ooh. Not in the original. You cannot.
Original.
That's
Okay.
a weird answer.
That's a weird answer. All right, Joel.
Yeah, true. You're like, what does that mean?
Is
I don't know.
this it?
Makes me
Is
think.
this
Like,
a multi-platform game?
No.
No, it's
No.
exclusive to one.
did this game launch before January 1st, 2000?
Kind of.
What is
Yes, in Japan, not anywhere else. So,
Okay. What game came out to the rest of the world after the turn of the millennium? Like,
Okay. Yeah, all right.
wow, Australia got it before North America. Impressive. Anyway.
But you got Joel. Besides Dead Air.
Did so? Oh gosh, we've narrowed it down to a very odd time
A
period
very specific time
Yeah.
period, and
It's
yet
clearly it launched
of
in
like
and-
1999 to we don't know when.
Yeah. Because that's true. Depending on what game it was, it might have come out 2 or 3 years after it came out in Japan.
Or actually, yeah, it could have come out in 1995 and taken 10 years to get to the rest of the world.
That's also true.
that's very true.
So
Holy crap.
gosh.
By that logic, it could be Final Fantasy 3,
Yeah.
like
Seriously.
the original Final Fantasy 3, and not 6.
Mhm.
Anyway,
The actual FF3.
is this on a Nintendo console?
it is.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so it is exclusive to this. Oh my gosh. If it's Final Fantasy 3. My mind.
Uh,
Okay.
See this vein in my forehead right
Was
now?
this game did this game come out? Ah, shoot. Okay, is it a role-playing game?
yes, it is.
Why?
Uh,
Was this developed by Square Enix?
no.
Okay, thank God.
Well,
We started to narrow it down.
well, hang on.
I said the Final Fantasy 3 thing after you mentioned that. I'm like, that would have been funny. And then you kept going that way. I'm like, they're just gonna burn through several questions.
Okay. So it's an RPG not developed by Square Enix. And I do have to ask, this is not supposed to be one of the questions. This is clarifying the last question. Are you being picky because Square Enix was not always Square Enix?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
No.
Square Enix would include SquareSoft and Enix and both of their libraries,
Yeah.
as well as the current
See,
Square
'cause-
Enix
Because
library.
I would have been that guy and been like, oh,
No, this wasn't developed by Square Enix.
Square.
Yeah.
No.
That would have been me.
No.
What was that, question 4 or something? Okay,
Something.
so it's on a Nintendo platform. Well, I feel like this is obvious, but it might not be. This game on the N64.
No.
Okay, because that was the console that crossed over the millennium.
That's true.
So, jeez.
Was this on a handheld?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be
I
GBA
have
out.
an idea. I have an
GBA
idea.
out of this time.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Came out 2000.
Was it?
2 or 3.
Okay. Was this developed internally by Nintendo?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I got an idea.
So was this on the Game Boy Color?
Yes.
Okay. Is this in the Pokemon franchise?
Yes.
Okay.
Pokemon what was the green one? No, the next one after
the
Red
next
and Blue
after original would be Gold and Silver.
was this Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Yes.
Yay!
There we go.
I'll put Crystal in there too, but I was going more.
Okay.
gold
Oh
and
yeah,
silver.
yeah. Because Crystal was
Hence, in Gold and Silver, you couldn't play as a girl. In Crystal, they introduced that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, and those games take a while to. Well, they used to take a while to localize. Now everything's worldwide on the. Actually, are they? Did Sun and Moon come out the same day here that it did in Japan? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good question. I want to say yes.
I want to say yes too, but I don't know.
I think it depends on the game because I know, like, Monster Hunter, Japan will get it a year before we will.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's because people are crazy about Monster Hunter over there.
Yeah, they are.
They
It's
live
nuts.
and breathe it.
They
I'm
love Monster Hunter over
really curious to know how Monster Hunter World does, since
I'll let you know.
Well,
I'm buying at
because-
least one copy of it on one thing.
Well, and I'm curious because Japanese people prefer their games handheld. This is coming out on the Xbox One and the PS4, neither of which
And
are
Steam.
And Steam. Okay.
And
That's
Steam.
so weird.
But Steam is getting it like later on.
But Korea loves their MMOs,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
it's hard to. Yeah,
But yeah, I would get it if it's coming on Switch. That's been my life since the Switch came out. I was like, oh, there's this game
Oh,
coming
it's
out.
not on the Switch?
Is it
Never
it's
mind.
not on the Switch? I suddenly care very little about it. All right, well, so that's the game we're gonna be playing. Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. You can get that for the Game Boy Color if you have a Game Boy Color laying around. There's also recently been released Virtual Console versions for
Yes.
this
the
is
3D.
probably why we're talking about it.
Yes.
So that's for the 3D.
Well, I originally had the idea, and then Ultramoon, Ultra Sun
Oh,
just
yeah,
came
Ultra
out, so
Sun,
it
yep.
also was that.
So that's on 3DS, and of course, it's even though it's a Virtual Console game, they did the tweaks where you can trade via wireless and
Also,
transport
there's
your-
Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh yes,
You'd
the
rather do
remakes that were on DS, which I have.
Those are some of the best games that have ever been.
Yeah, I have Soul Silver.
Like,
I really like, and I've got the little
Oh.
Poke Walker.
so do I.
So, yeah.
Remember when that came out? Like, I was sitting in church and I had that thing in my pocket and I was just shaking it in my pocket.
Yeah,
To
I'm
cheat.
like,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
good stuff.
I was
Oh,
working
yeah.
at Best Buy, and a guy sat down in the green room in the break room, and he's just going with this Pokewalker. It's like, what the heck are you doing, man? And he goes, "Oh, I'm earning Pokemon."
It's like,
so
My
weird.
Mewtwo is gonna be so butch when I get done doing this.
And then he explained to me how the Pokewalker works. Like, you level up your Pokemon by walking, and there's only certain Pokemon you can unlock by walking so many steps. And
Yep.
God, it's so weird.
Long before Pokemon Go, Nintendo had been trying to get us to work out. Didn't
Yep.
work. But
It
they
didn't work with
tried.
the Wii either, because people
Nope.
figured out they could lay down on their couch and still bowl.
Yep. So
Or I played
Mhm.
Twilight Princess like that. I just lay down on the couch and was like, ha! Ha!
yeah, it was. I think Skyward Sword was the first game that's like, oh, I have to
I have to actually sit up to
effort
play this
into
game.
this. Yeah.
And
Sort of.
Mhm.
spin attack.
So that's what we're
Backflip.
playing next time, which this game is on an every 2 week schedule. So that will be December 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
So other things we got going around on CrossForge Gaming, not a whole lot this week because it is Thanksgiving. There will be a Patty Plays Pathetically highlight reel uploaded and published on Thanksgiving Day.
I'm probably gonna be
So,
streaming something at some point.
yeah, if you get
Oh,
tired,
yeah, I
of-
got called out by one of my buddies that I should play actual Dark Souls, so I might be streaming actual
There you
Dark
go.
Souls
play some actual Dark
at
Souls.
some point this week. So
And
Okay.
you can do that if you get tired of listening to your family talk about football
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
see me get up.
I think it would be hilarious if you streamed Madden.
Yeah, but I'm terrible at sports games. Like,
Adam too.
and I just don't like them, so I don't have one.
Mhm.
So
I do believe we have a tournament this
Do we?
weekend. I do believe so. That's on the 25th. That should be on our Facebook page. All this stuff you can find on our Facebook page, facebook.com/CrossForgeGaming. If you're watching this on YouTube,
have a
check us out
name?
on Twitch at twitch.tv/CrossForgeGaming. If you're watching this on Twitch, check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/CrossForgeGaming.
.com/CrossForge Gaming.
Yes. We have a Twitter, which is at CrossForge Games, because CrossForge Game is already taken. And yep, we're all over the place. And I'm still experimenting with Mixer because I want to utilize that platform as well. You can find us individually, though, other places. So, Nolan, why don't you tell everybody where we can find you on the internet?
You can find me at Baseman214, Baseman21491, or Icy White Falcon. On Twitter, I have a Twitch, but I don't really use my own Twitch really anymore. Pinterest things, you can see some of my I have several boards of funny things and stuff. Xbox, Steam, something else.
Wherever games
Probably wherever games are sold. Yeah, this my face on there somewhere. So
cool.
Yeah.
Joel, where can we find you?
Anywhere you can find me on the internet, you can find me under Obi-Wat Kenobi. That would be Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and the like. Maybe Steam or where else? PSN.
Origin.
No. I will never buy another EA game.
You won't find me on Origin. Find some
No.
Russian pretending to be me.
Yeah. Where else was I? Where was I trying to talk about? PSN,
Sorry.
Nintendo, Steam, those places.
Yep.
Don't have an Xbox.
You can
Actually,
find.
I have a 360 that's broken back there.
You can find me right here on CrossForge Gaming, hosting shows, hosting Patty Plays Pathetically, hosting Across the Forge. I got some really cool stuff coming up on Across the Forge that I'm very excited about. Yeah, but I'm not gonna talk about it yet. I'm gonna make y'all wait.
Fine.
Yep, you heard me. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Joel, why don't you tell us what kind of music we're gonna be hearing? Our audio listeners are gonna be hearing, and then we'll get out of here and say goodbye.
Well, the music that you listened to in the opening was, of course, the Super Mario Galaxy Overture, one that everybody knows. When you first boot up the game, it goes bum 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 bum. I really love that. Like it just resonates with me really, really well. Like, you know, makes me think of space, Star Wars music and stuff. So I love it. I love space operas. Like there's a reason Star Wars is my favorite movie. And so, yeah. So you heard the overture at the beginning. And so at the ending, you're going to hear not the final battle, but a take on the overture. It's called You Got a Grand Star. And so when you beat a boss and you collect the Grand Star, it plays it's the similar theme to the overture, but it's just arranged differently, and there's different swells and stuff going on. And so I really like just the way it sounds. And it's more of like it's an overture also.
I don't know that there's a bad track in this game.
No, this game is great. Like music is spot on for everything. So it's hard to pick those two, honestly, but it just feels like those are good caps, you know?
Yeah.
So
indeed. All right. That's going to do it for us here at Original Gamers Podcast. Be playing Pokemon, Joel's favorite games, and right behind Sonic R. And we will see you next time right here on Original Gamers Podcast. Have a good one, everybody.
be good, humans.
Bye, everybody.